Good morning, everyone. We're going to talk about something that I've come to realize everybody needs to have maybe a different perspective on it. Our comp plan. I thought uh, there's quite a few people I talked to this past week. I really thought they understood the comp plan, but in dealing with their questions and especially placement and things like that and rank, uh, I see that we don't have a full comprehension of this comp plan, and this is very important. It's very vital because this is what ties into my system. 2 years of learning. You earn while you learn, then 3 to 5 years to build a big business. Because if you're buying your autosaver, you know, uh, if a person's buying their autosaver, they're going to make a $500 check in less than 2 years, and they're going to accumulate wealth, and they're going to get 1099 tax benefit, and one side's going to become a bank side, and so everybody can succeed in this business. The only people who can fail are the people who don't give it a try, don't give it a little few hours a week in it, and turn their autosaver off. Those are actually the only people that can fail. And who failed? They did. They're quitters. A quitter can never win at anything. And they don't even believe in themselves enough to give it a try. Those are kind of enroll in college and drop out the first week, or enroll in a craft that they're going to learn and drop out before they even try. Well, I'm going to show you how simple this comp plan is today. And I'm going to do it in a way that I think everybody can understand it and that we can build. But we can never get away from the fact that you got to be doing something every day. And I talked to even some leaders uh, who are earning, nice money, and they admitted they will not watch it. They haven't been in business 2 years yet, and they admitted they stopped watching one video a day. They didn't make that time to. And I said, "Hey, look, you're just taking shortcuts. You're the kind of person that is cheating yourself because you're not learning." And that's why I put the band app up for their team. That's why I got every post that you need now. You don't have to go through my YouTube site. For you individual team members that are on the right bands in your team, all you have to do is I've got everything you need to succeed in that. And there's 2 years worth of it if you watch a video a day 5 out of 7 days a week. I don't even ask you to watch it one day out of the one every day of the week. And that means before you go to bed. Like, turn off the dumb tube. Don't watch a video. Don't watch a Netflix. Don't watch something like that. Watch something that's going to improve your life and improve your finances. Okay. So that's number one. So I'm going to get that said right up front because I'm finding that is, again, the main source of non duplication, just not following the recipe for success. Okay. Now, we're going to talk about comp plan today, and we're going to relate it to that one sheet of paper. Okay. And I'm going to walk through it several different ways, and I'm going to have a schematic out here. So let me first, let's run over to our one sheet of paper real quick. And this is the part that I really want. Let me try and before I share this screen, let me do this. Let me turn myself on speaker view. There we go. And then let's go to the screen and let's quickly look at this. And we're going to do it a couple of ways now to Ah, there we go. Okay, it should be right around in here. There we go. Okay, everybody's pretty familiar with a one sheet, and then you should get your detailed downloaded there in your file vault in your training center. You can go get the detailed share plan, and that's they have the written words, kind of what I'm going to say, but everybody joins. They're a member, and they have a left and a right. Okay, and so if you look at my head as being the membership and my left hand and arm extending out, that's your left side and your right side. And you'd grab somebody by the head, or somebody would put somebody in your hand by the head. Okay? So you can have people placed under you and put in your hand, and you didn't personally sponsor them, but you're going to get credit for them. So you have a left team and a right team, and anything that goes down that team, that volume is going to count in your counters on each side of your ears. Okay. So you become a member, and you're going to want to enroll one person on your left team and one person on your right team. They don't have to be in your direct hands, but one of them will definitely be, because the side that you don't have in common with your sponsor, that's going to be your side to develop with your team members. Okay. And so, but you've got to have one that you personally sponsored on each team. Mm. So that's that 1-in-1, and that qualifies you to be an associate. And now you're qualified to make up a $500 a week, but you're not going to make $500 a week just by sponsoring one person on the left, one person. It's when points are generated from duplication, where our job is communicating to people to become a member of this company, and they're going to reward us through this referral compensation plan for building the membership of this company. That's better than Costco did, Netflix, and Amazon Prime did. Okay. And so they're going to continue to pay you as long as the members stay members through renewal. And that's good. So you get the same pay as when you built it. So you can get that same pay coming back again the next year, the year after that, and you can actually build on it, because that team on your right and team on your left is going to exponentiate, going to grow, regardless of what you do. Okay. Now, on one side, it's more you than anyone else. So it is dependent on you how that exponentiates, or who you attach to it, because that's really what I end up calling your pay side. And your bank side is your common side. That's the side that's going to build up volume faster than the other side. But when you get points of 500 or more in that counter, when they check it every week, well, you can get a $500 check. Now, as we all know, the company has a $250 check, kind of a half check, and those points roll over if you don't get paid on them. That's phenomenal. And so that means people can earn money a little bit sooner than waiting for their full 500 points coming in, and they don't lose anything, and they can make a $250 check. So let's go to the next step. Now, I want you to understand, this is a building block step. Okay. And our placement is you only place left and right. That's all you can do. You can't say, well, I want to put it under my friend here on their right there where they need it. No. If you didn't personally sponsor your friend, then you can't even place it on either side of them in probability, unless they're directly in your what we call ridge line on the left or ridge line on the right. I'll explain that in a minute with diagrams. But we need to first understand the structure. The structure is a building block. When you become an associate, you know how you did that. You place one on your left, one on your right, that you personally enrolled. You placed them in your profile. You click left or right, not someone else. That means you personally sponsored them. In your dashboard, that's what they keep up with. Your number of personally sponsored on your left and right team. On your dashboard in your back office when you log in, and you see the points in your counter on your left and right and the number of actives left and right. That's why we look at our dashboard real quick to see how status of our business for paycheck. Well, to become a copper, that means you've got to enroll another person, yourself, personal, on your left team and right team. So you got to have two that you personally enroll and that are active, meaning they're doing their autosaver. Okay. So they're active, and you might have enrolled 4 on one side, but only 2 are on the autosaver. The other 2 just wanted to buy some bullion or whatever, never really looked at the program. But that's okay. We can revive them later. But the only ones that count for rank are the ones that are active. Okay. So you got to have 2. Out of those 2 people, one of those 2 must be an associate like you. That means you got to have an associate on your left team and an associate on your right team that you personally sponsored. So one of these 2 on the left, one of these 2 on the right. Then you can qualify to be a copper. You are a copper. You can earn up to $1,000 a week. Okay. And that's pretty cool. So when your points get up to 1,000 or more on each side, you get $1,000 that week. And they will subtract the points on your pay side and down to 0 if you've earned that 1,000, whatever points are there, and they'll subtract the same number of points on your pay side from your bank side. Okay, that means complete cycle. Okay. So if you had more than 1,000 on your pay side and you had 10,000, let's say, on your bank side, and let's say you had 1,200 points on your pay side, they're going to subtract all 1,200 points because all you're allowed to earn is 1,000. That's your motivation to get more points. So I'm going to do points and comp plan together as we understand this. Now, to get to bronze, you need to personally sponsor another person. Now, they're not right next to you. They're way down somewhere in that team under other people. But you place them on your left team, and all that means is you have to have 3 that you personally enrolled and put on your left team, 3 that you personally enrolled and placed on your right team that are active. Okay. Now, one of those 3 need to be a copper like you were. So your job is to help them become a copper with the people they know. Okay. Now, sometimes, now this is where it gets a little tricky, and you need to have some good advice. You need to be working in a team. Sometimes it behooves you to help in a particular pay week. Let's say if you could be bronze, one of your people that are need to be a copper lacks an active, lacks one to rank up to copper. Okay, they're associate that they're short one enrollee to becoming a copper. You've got 2,000 in volume that week, but you're only a copper because you're one person on your right side, let's say, or left side, it doesn't matter which side, but one of them is one enrollee short, and you got a person you're about to sign up. Well, you might want to let them enroll them, and they become a copper, and you become a bronze. You made an extra $1,000, and now they're a copper, and you've got that working teammate. This is the team portion that I taught. So learning to work with your person on your left, person on your right, you work in team, but hey, you don't want to create cripples. If they're not going to work, you're not going to give people to people. Okay? That's and you know, I caution everyone, you might give away a silver or a bronze or a gold, and then that would have counted for your rank that you need to become that next rank. So you you've got to, that's an educated business decision that you're going to make when you give someone to someone else that is yours, that you got. But we do it a lot in my group, especially in the family business pack building mode. Now, I threw some things in that's going to, like a beginner, say, whoa, what is all this stuff? Well, this is the part of learning. But the main thing is learn the basics first. Get yourself to associate, get yourself to copper. Then you're going to be employing all these techniques to get the bronze, silver, gold, executive gold, presidential gold. You believe me, you will be employing these techniques, but you got to understand the basics. So what is the basics? Okay, you become that bronze. How do you get to be silver? Well, you got to enroll 2 more personals yourself. Put them on the left, 2 more on the right. So now you've got a total of 5 that you enrolled that are active. Well, it may take you to enroll 6, 7, 9 people before you have 5 that are active with you all the time. Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. We can't look into the future. But if you build it the way that I teach you in building a team and learning that you're building to earn during your first 2 years, you're laying this foundation. Sure, you want to try and build rank as fast as possible. That's one of my precepts in building. Build your rank before your business, if you can. Okay. So if you can't, you just build it as your volume comes in, as you building step by step, brick by brick, person by person. Okay. And so, and never compare yourself to what other people are doing. They have different set of circumstances, they have different skill sets, they have different, everything's different. Everyone is different. So to be that silver, one of these 5, it doesn't matter which one. And it could change. Maybe when you became a bronze, your copper is still a copper. But one of the other people, that these 3, they became a bronze before you copper did. See, so it doesn't matter who it is. It's just one of these 5 must be a bronze on your left team. One of the 5 that you personally sponsored that are active must be a bronze on your right team. This is what causes that, again, one another, people working in teams, helping one another. But who do you want to work with? Those who are working, not those who are sitting on the bench saying, well, place somebody under me, give me somebody so I can rank up. No, that is not how. That is not the person. The person that is actually working with you, doing the same things you're doing the things to advance your business every day, watching that video, the people who are coming to your meeting, coming to the trainings, people you see that are engaged and active, willing to learn. They got the burning desire, they got the willingness to learn, and they're teachable and coachable. Okay. There's the whole key. They're willing to work. Okay. So that same thing happens as we go on up to goal. All you have to do is have somebody on your left team and right team become the rank that you did. Now, going beyond goal, you're going to be needing two, okay? Because you not only need a goal on your left side and a goal on your right side, you need a, a bronze that you personally sponsored. So one of these other 10 people need to also be a bronze. And that's how you get to be executive goal. When you get to be presidential, you've got to have an executive goal on your left, executive goal on your right, and a silver that you personally sponsored on your left and right. So see, it's a progressive little order. So here's my rules that I tell people when you just engaging, or even when you really are, you're really building the business now. Out of your circle of influence, all the people you know, in the very beginning, before you ever give away anyone, you want to sponsor at least three people on your left and at least three people on your right. You're not even going to give away anyone. You don't even think about giving away anyone until you personally sponsored three people on your left, three people on your right. Okay? Now, why? Why? That positions you to be a bronze. And if you started with a family business pack, then you really have four because you personally sponsored that. I'm talking about three other individuals, okay, on your left and right. That prepares you almost to get the silver as you are now figuring out of those three who you're partnering up with all three of them at the same time in the beginning because they're all excited. They all want to do it. But who is going to stick? Who is going to do what is required? Who is going to be doing? Who's going to be helping put their who started with a family business? Who is working with you to get their next person on their left and person on their right? Who is continually trying to do that? Who is continually reaching out, piquing interest all the time? You never quit piquing interest in the business. I mean, if you want to, when you get to where you're making 3,500 every week, and you want to slack off, and you want to do that, and you want to train, that's fine. You want to train, you want to do what I'm doing. You want to go down the line like I've been doing for the last 2 years. Okay, I've sponsored periodically more people in the business. Doesn't mean I stop. I always pique people's interest. I always talk about the business, but you know, it doesn't mean that I'm engaged doing my five a day every day anymore. I do different aspects of it now, but that's after 5.5, 6 years, and I already got a big organization on my left and big organization on my right. I'm I'm doing more optimization of keeping this business generating and going from country to country and building leaders right now. But you'll all eventually get to that point, but don't start that point too early. You're just looking for partners to build until your goal. And if you're a building young goal, meaning you got to go quick in that within a year or two, you're still building. You're still in that 2 years of learning, 3 to 5 years to build a big business. Okay. So I wanted to do that first. Then we're going to go over to what we always do so we can put this same thought into pictures. Okay. And that's what I'm going to start doing now. Okay. So here you are. Here's your family business pack, right? Yeah, you're going to build a business. Now, there's nobody here when you got your family business pack. It's just this, and this, one on your left and one on your right. And that's all you if you got a family business pack. Now, everybody's going to end up with a family business pack, even if you don't start that way. Now, when do you start it? As soon as you can, one by one. Where's the best place to start your family business pack? Uh, on your pay side, okay, when you need it, okay. So you'll get it when you need it, and then the same thing, you'll get it somewhere over here. If you don't start with it at the top, you will eventually get it. You'll see that there's a payday that comes along that you need an active. You know, you got your spouse and your business, or your brother, your sister, your aunt, well, whatever. But you're going to be able to get that active and get that full paycheck, okay, or a cycle check, uh, by having another active and getting a higher rank. Well, anyway, when you sponsor someone, they're going to be always somewhere down on this line going left, right there. You cannot sponsor and place a person right here. Nowhere in here. Nowhere in here. All these people are generated from this ridge line going right. They start their own leg. Just like if you're on the right side of your sponsor, now this leg is going to be a combination of you, your sponsor, and anybody above them if they're on a ridge line. So there will be people being placed down in here that you did not sponsor. That's a great thing. That's why you end up with this big leg. Okay. You end up with a big bank leg. That's great. And your family business pack can end up with that volume there, which is called a bank volume. Okay. And if they're buying a coin every month in that one, then those points are going over here on the left side. And then eventually you'll get to that point where you got enough points in here that you're almost going to make a check, like 450 points. So you can multiply the months out yourself. Well, you'll need to sponsor one on the left and one on the right. Make that an associate. Okay. So again, everybody you sponsor goes on this ridge line somewhere. It doesn't matter. Even if it's 2 years later, you sponsor them, when you place them right, they go to the first available spot on this right ridge line. Now, when you look at it in the Internet Explorer and you look left and right and you see this is all these people down here are on your right side. It doesn't mean they're all in your ridge line. No, you could tell that by the volume on their right-hand side, okay, if you're just looking at the pictures. So learning how to read and use your Internet Explorer to tell where these people actually are at is very important. And that's why you got your different questions. Okay. So let's go back to getting my drawing board out for a second, and then let's run through a couple of examples here, and I want to make this as much interactive today as I can with y'all, because otherwise I wouldn't be doing this. I see this has absolutely become necessary. But literally, I've had these questions from bronze and silvers and golds uh, this past month, and because everybody's trying to maintain their rank and get their optimum pay, and that's really what we want. And so, right now, let me get my pen working. And so, what we're going to do is we're going to start with you, and we're going to say you were placed, okay, on the right side of your sponsor. So this is your common leg. You're working together, the right side, okay. So when you start, here you are, and we're going to put in blue. I think that's blue, or whatever color that is. That is going to be a gift from above, okay. And so we're just going to say GA, okay, gift from above, okay. Now, that person, you're going to get credit, and I like to use, not instead of 50 and 150, I I use our average of 100 points to illustrate the comp plan. Now, we both know a membership is either 50 points or 150 points. So let's just use 100 to illustrate it. So you get 100 points up here in your counter, okay? Well, you just need to be active. That's all. And you're going to get those 100 points. You had nothing to do with that. This is the beauty of this comp plan. Now, that person has a left and a right. Okay. Now, let's say this person, a little bit more experienced, a little more knowledge, or, it's a little faster at it than you are. And this person goes ahead and sponsors one on their right and one on their left. Okay. Making them what? An associate, correct? Okay. Now, this is what I call a gift from below. So reds are going to be gift from belows. Now, they have a left and they have a right. Okay. And let's say this person, they also become an associate. They sponsor one here, one here. I'm not going to write in there, but those are gifts from below because of red. Okay. Now, all these points are coming up here to you. So now you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we did an average. You got 500 points in the bank. Well, that's enough to get a cycle check, but you have 0 over here, see? Okay. But that's okay. You haven't personally sponsored anyone yet. You're just a member, but you're an active member and you're collecting points. And let's just say this person goes ahead and sponsors their second person. Okay, right there. It's still a gift from below. Now, what are they trying to do? They're trying to even up their points. See, they've got this over here, and now they sponsored their second person. That's first, second. They're also positioning themselves to be copper, and they help this person get a person on their left and their right. Okay, they help number 2 get a person on their left and right. Well, that's all helping you, and this person is a person growing, but you didn't even sponsor them. Now, you're ready, and you kind of caught it. You're ready to get started. You got your top 25 together. You and your sponsor, or your first upline leader that's working it with you. Then y'all go to work, and you sponsor your first person. The people in black are the people you sponsor. So we're going to call that your left one because you sponsored them, your personal left one. And we're going to say the black is personal, but that's your left side, and that's your first person you sponsor. They got a left and a right. And we helped them sponsor their person left and right, and they were ready to go. They actually did a family business back. Okay. That's pretty cool. Okay. Now they got a left and they got a right. Those were gifts from below, and they count for you. And so this is going to help everybody. Oh, I forgot to mute all. Please let me do this real quick. That'll help. Okay. Now, what's going to help here is let's say this person here, they sponsored their first person. Okay, that's another gift from below. That person sponsored them. Okay, and this person actually sponsored a person. Wow, that's really going pretty good. Okay, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 points already. And over here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got 800 points over here. Y'all see that? I hope you do. Okay, 800 points and 500. That means this Saturday you're going to get a paycheck. If you become what? An associate. You're not. You only have one on the left. Okay, this is an example of building it slow and why a person ends up with a family business pack. You're not going to let me make that clear, that 800, because I want this to be as clear as possible, that you got 800 in volume here now. Okay? And what do? Well, if you don't have a family business pack. You didn't start that way. If you started that way, you're still in control. This thing can happen, and all you have to do is buy a coin on your family business pack. Okay, so but I'm going to say you didn't start that way. Now, you you're working on people, you got people in the pipeline, but they're not ready to join. Well, you enroll your family business pack, your first position. You place it on the right. Where do they go? They go way down here to that first available spot. That's your right one, and it's part of your family business pack. They got a left and a right. Now you got 900 points. We're just using the same math. Saturday night at midnight comes. You got 500 here, 500 here, and now you're an associate. Okay, you are an associate. That's super. You get paid a $500 check. Bingo. What are they going to do? Oh, I don't need a ruler. I need an eraser. They erase 500 points there. They subtract 500 points from this side and leave you with 400. Look how powerful. You almost got another cycle check here. So where are you working? Yeah, you're working over here. Okay. Now, as this is the whole point of how this business exponentiates. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people over here on this team. And on this team, if you don't count you, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 workers. Okay, 8 people. This is your family business pack. We're not going to count that one. Okay, but if these 5 people and these 8 people want to make a $500 check like you did, what do they got to do? They got to get started. What if they only average 1 in that team this next week or next month? Okay, plus 5 to this team. Now your team size is on the left is 10. Now your team size on your right is 16. Now this is illustration. Actually, it could grow faster or grow slower, but just to illustrate how this plan works, how your business works if you work the business. Well, now you've got a larger team here. And those, when they're growing in that membership, 500 points just came up. Again, you didn't even enroll anybody this next week. Now 800 points come up here, add to the 400 and make it 1200. You got enough to another paycheck. Okay, I want you to illustrate, I want you to understand, just as an associate, let's go out a whole year. And let's say you've got 20, I mean, we're going to do this real slow. You got 20 team members over here and you got 100 over here. Now that might happen. That could very easily happen. Okay. And let's just say they're buying that coin once a month. And let's use the 20 points and not that we got 15, 15, and 20. Let's just use 20 points, make easy math. Well, 20 points times 20 team members on your left is, here, you know what I want to do? I want to do real easy math. Let's say you got 25 team members, okay? Let's make it easy. And you got 100 over here. That's about a fourth. Okay, that'll work. Those numbers kind of work for me. Okay, 20 times 25 is what? 500. So that means once a month you got 500 points from this team coming up. What do? You buy your coin every month. You're accumulating wealth. You're buying products that's going to give you more wealth in the future. You're in control. You got something of value, and you're learning all about it. And you're earning an extra $500 check a week. I mean, a month for the next year. Where can you earn while you learn? This is what this, and then here you're building volume because see over here, 20 times that 100 is you got 2,000 points coming up every week and you're on every month and you're only getting paid on 500 of it. So you got about 1,500 points per month accumulating in your bank, and that's dollars. Okay. And so that's going to give you you're going to end up with maybe another 1,800 points over here, or 18,000 now. Okay, well that's pretty cool. That's not a bad deal as you're learning how to grow. Now, what you need to do is how do you become, and I'm going to get these numbers out of the way, how do you become a copper? Well, you got to personally sponsor, and you got people. Let's say this line goes, I'm gonna put dot dot dot. Y'all know what that means. There's a lot of these circles in between this dot and lines. Same thing over here. We're gonna put dot dot dot. There's a lot of these circles in between those lines. Okay, but now you sponsor your next person. You place them on your left. They go way down here, the first available spot, left 2. That's your personal. Okay. And then you go way down here, right 2. And this right 2 person you personally sponsored? As soon as they came in with a business family pack. Okay. This is the importance of that business family pack. They're already what? An associate. Okay, you got 2 personals on your right, and if you aren't buying a coin there, you can make it active, and then you have an active, and that's called a control center or control membership, part of the family business pack. Future business leverage, future business, and you can use it for a rank control. Okay, so here you got 2 on your left. This person is already an associate. Okay, they're already an associate. This person is now an associate when they join. Now you got an associate on your left and an associate on your right. You got 2 personals on your right, 2 personals on your left. Well, congratulations. You just became a copper. Okay? Now you can earn 1,000 a week. So if this volume increased and you started getting on a week more than 500, you're eligible to get remunerated on all of those points. Let's say let's just make an example and say 2 or 3 months after you become a copper, you get a situation where you have 800 points here, and you got 18,220, 200 over here. Well, you're eligible for $1,000, but you don't have 2 cycles. So you're going to get a $500 check, okay? And then they're going to look in your leadership bank and look, you just sponsored this person with a $499, $199, they just came in with a family business pack because you got 2 leadership points now in your bank. Well, what they're going to do is they're going to subtract 500 points from here. They're going to leave you with 300 points, and they're going to subtract -1 leadership point, and you find that in your profile right there up there by your name. You'll see leadership points and loyalty points, the bank accounts. Okay, well, they subtract 1 and they roll over those commission points to the next week. Well, you already got a $250 check the next week guaranteed. So you're going to get paid on that anyway. That's pretty cool. And y'all know anything under 500 rolls over. Okay. And so that's also, no other comp plans do these things. Okay. Now, let's say you had no leadership points. You got 0 in the bank for leadership points. So what is going to happen? They're going to subtract the 500, give you $500. They're going to subtract the 300, and they're going to plug them into your loyalty points bank plus 300 loyalty points. Okay, that's loyalty. So you'll find that. Now, what is that? That's how you get. I can't write real well today. That's how you get free silver. So it's like you get, you don't get dollars for it. So you have to make up your mind what's more important, loyalty points or commission points. And you pretty much getting in control. That's another training that I have. Look at cycles, advanced training, cycles, loyalty points, and leadership points. And it's in our compensation videos of the mind. Okay. So this is why it's important to understand. Now, this applies for everything above, copper and above. For an associate, anything under 500 is going to roll over automatically anyway. Okay, that's powerful. That's powerful. So let's go on. Let's go out 2 years. Let's go a little bit further out. Let's look at why you want to put this little extra time in that I talk about in our comp plan. The reason you want to put that time in, let's go out and let's say now you've got 100 members in your Payside team. Let's go 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever it takes to get that 100 there. You can't get that 100 unless you're working it, unless you got a partner or 2 working it with you. Okay. So I want you to understand that. Let's look in the future. And let's say now let's say you got 2,000 members over here. Now that could easily happen in 4 years with a lot of people, okay, on their bank side, okay. And I have people that's a lot more than that in my group, okay. And what? Let's do that. Just the coin you buy every month, your autosaver. Let's multiply that times 20 now. Okay, that's 2,000 points. They don't buy that one day of the month. They buy it on the 1st, the 8th, the 15th, which we did the 8th today, by the way, points came up, the 21st, and the 26th, 5 different days in the month. So let's divide this, and let's take this one over here, and what do we have? We have 40,000 points coming up every month from this big team here. But you only sponsored One on the left, two. You only sponsored two, or you only sponsored one on your left and right. One left and right is going, that means you're going to make a $500 check every week. Look, 4 into 2,000 on average is 500 points just for the autosaver coming up. See, that's why autosaver is so important. That's the heart of our business. That's the heart of residual income. That's the heart of teaching and understanding why, learning why people need the autosaver, why they need it is to get a great product that is unique, exclusive, rare, gains value with time, and it's the catalyst for making income. It's what makes you active. It's people supporting the company supporting the people. It's one another business in that relationship also. Okay? So if you're a copper, well, you have a chance to make $1,000 a week. Because see, I just did auto renewal. I did auto savers. What are you having happen after 2, 3, 4 years that you can't control? If you got 100 people over here, there's a lot of people going to be introducing this to new people. What if they only average one in the next year, where your group goes to 200, but you got 100 new members during that year, times 100, and that's 10,000 points that came up during the year that you could get paid on. That's an extra $10,000 over and above what you get every week from the autosavers. Okay, I hope you get to see the big picture. You don't have to know how to be a presidential gold, a silver. You do it one rank at a time. Get yourself up one rank at a time. Now, the beauty of this thing is that if you, let's say the people you only sponsored one or two left and right in this 4 or 5 year period. If you've got your family business pack, you're one on your left that you're in control of, and you're one on the right, and you've got this kind of volume coming up, would you not buy your a coin once every month here, and in your spouse's, she would buy one and your company would buy one, so that's 3 coins, and let's say 125 a month times 3 is 375, and you get 3 coins, correct? Or if you're buying the 20-point coin, that's 150 times 3, that's $450 a month, right? And you get a coin extremely valuable that gains value real fast, that you can make a set out of, and you're accumulating wealth. That's per month. Okay, I'm gonna use the 150-point one, 20-point one. Okay, so that's what you would spend per month to make a $500 check a week, and you get 3 valuable coins too. Anybody would do that. You don't have a chance to do that if you drop out before you have your teams to be able to grow like that, to germinate them. Even if you use the small teams that I said and you collect. That's why it's important to get yourself 2 business partners on your left and 2 on your right. First you want 1, but eventually you want 2. And for big, strong leaders that come in and see this and are hearing this simple explanation of this comp plan, so for the masses, for everybody to succeed if they're willing to work if they got the desire, if they're teachable and coachable, meaning they're willing to learn. If you start with your family business pack, and for hitters, you want to sponsor 5 people on your left, 5 people on the right. Then you look to which one of those 5 that are growing and can make a commitment with you. Y'all team up and you get them ranked up. By helping them get ranked up, you rank up. Then you bring in your next people that you need before you get to that rank. Now, for a lot of people, that went over your head right now. But when your time comes, you will understand what I just said. And I hope this gives you something to review over along with my other compensation plans. So you can have a full grasp and understanding of the power of this compensation plan. The strongest compensation plan in history. It's not just the people at the top make all the money. We're all capped out at our rank volumes. And that means everybody in the future has a chance to make the same income. I don't care if it's 20, 30 years from now. They have the same chance to make that 12,500 a week as we do. Because gold and silver is something that's needed. These unique, rare products that continue, they're limited in production. It's unlimited amount of production that you can put out there. Unique, rare coins that you can conceive. And things and markets and time change, and so they have the ability to adapt and bring new metals, new products, new things to bear and fit into this comp plan, this model of people helping people succeed, people helping people take control of their financial future, people helping people around the world, a one another business, a one that we can only succeed at if we work hard at and do it and work with one another to do it. And some people do it a little faster, some people do it a little slower, but that's why 2 years to learn. But you make a committed effort doing your 5 to 10 hours, and I tell you exactly what your job description is. And if you're not watching one of my videos every day, you're the one, after you've done your onboarding, you've done the company stuff. I mean, that's a simple, you can get that out of the way pretty quickly. I'm talking about my videos that teach you the dynamics of the business, to teach you the why, teach you how to handle objections, teach you the skills, attitudes, and techniques you need, teach you the mechanics of the comp plan and how it works, teach you the mechanics of the tools that 7K provides us and how to use them to your maximum effectiveness. That's what your job is. And finding a partner to do those things with, it's better to learn together than to just kind of isolate yourself. Well, since I talk comp plan and I talk the benefits of 7K, everybody knows that I have to end this conversation and this video with our income disclosure statement, and I'm so happy to do that. I think, to me, this is something that we can proudly share with people, uh, uh, because and next year when they do their next one, I mean, we've got presidential goals. 3 of them are in my business, in my team. Okay, and I'm a goal, and so I no longer will be the number 1 money earner next year. That's for sure. But and that's okay. I'm building legacy income, legacy business for everyone, for my children's children, for my grandchildren. Okay. But it is time for me to go back to work and rank up. I'm flushing volume every single week. Okay. And even this week on the 8th, I was just looking at my dashboard and at almost 9,000 points on the 8th. Okay. And this month, each one is a separate pay week this month, by the way. That's that happens every once in a while. But I hope you see what we see. I hope you become part of this. I hope you never give up on your dream. You 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 even if remember, even if you're building uh, to to learn the skills, attitudes, and techniques to accumulate wealth, getting those 1099 tax benefits to help you do it while you're trying to build a residual income, an extra 500 a month even in your retirement, that would that would do a lot, wouldn't it? You answer that question. But those of you that need more, this provides it. Be with the company that's going to be the multi-billion dollar giant in this industry because they're doing it right. And they're bringing things to the marketplace no one else has ever brought to the marketplace in the precious metals industry. We hope you see what we see. I hope you see what I see. And I wish you and your family the best of success with 7K and your financial future and securing it, protecting it, and growing it. Thank you.